Is everybody okay?
I was also mad because he's been dragged relentlessly for 3 weeks by some people who supposedly were his friends.
I wasn't comfortable with the cannibalization that I saw in the Democratic Party.
And I would look no further than the absolute meltdown that's happening on the Trump campaign right now. The messaging, since it's been pretty clear, Vice President Harris is now the Democratic nominee or soon to be, they don't know what to do with themselves.
I wasn't comfortable with the notion that people were forcing him out.
Saying to people of a certain age, you're old, you're doddering, it really pissed me off.
What's going on, guys? So we got to talk about the cackling hens clucking in response, angry clucking, because Sleepy Joe Biden has decided to allegedly step down, even though we didn't actually see him speak on this in person. I'm not sure if I'm going to get too deep into those weeds, but it is a little suspicious that everything that's being posted, we know he doesn't manage his own page, but everything that's being posted is being like mysteriously posted on his X account, aka Twitter, but he hasn't actually publicly said anything. So it's like, did somebody else write this for him? Like, did they tie him to the bed and say, no, Joe, you're gonna step down, whether you like it or not? And he's like literally wrapped up in a straitjacket somewhere. Like, what the hell is going on? But we know one thing, that cackling hens are pissed, okay? Like, look at Whoopi Goldberg on the screen. This is at 0 seconds. The video hadn't even started yet. And she's already ticked off, okay? You already know that she's probably gonna go wild because she realized that it's falling apart. Like, they would love it if this was the Republicans, okay? They were trying to say the Republicans were divided at the time when DeSantis, Nikki Haley, Sloppy Chris Christie, Bird Brain, and DeSanctimonious were all trying to run against Teflon Don. And they were trying to say the party was divided, the Republican Party. Now look at the Democrats staging a coup against their own nominee who won the primary, 14 million votes. And they say, you know what? Screw the voters, screw democracy. We want to pick somebody who can win. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and react to these hens having meltdowns.
Is everybody okay?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you know, he's the first president since 1968 to step down. I think it shows what a statesman he is. I think it shows what a patriot he is.
Not them trying to turn this guy to a hero. Just a little while ago, they were trying to say that Joe Biden is fit for the job. Joe Biden's fine. There's nothing wrong with his age. And this is just another lesson to you guys who maybe watch The View or watch left-wing news a lot, that these people are nothing but a bunch of fake, elitist propagandists who really don't care about what the actual facts are. A lot of them are very well aware of the truth of what's happening in the world and what the elites are doing, what they're trying to cover up. But they think that they're smarter than you and that they're better than you and that they need to control your lives, and you should not let them.
It shows that he can put his country before his ego. Because he had such a great record as president. I think that history will note him as one of the greatest presidents that we've.
Dude, this dude literally, it's months before election. It's like 4 months away. And she's trying to say he put country before ego. The DNC is next month. The DNC is less than a month away. And they don't even know for sure if Kamala Harris is even going to be the pick. Nobody knows that for sure. Bear that in mind. Not to mention that she stands basically no chance of winning as long as the conservative side doesn't let up. If the conservative side goes at the same pace, Kamala's cooked. And they're trying to say, no ego, Joe Biden should have stepped down years ago. He never should have tried to be president to begin with. The dude already had a cognitive decline. It just got worse. And now you're trying to say, hey, he's such a hero. He was no ego. Like, shut up, Sonny. You're lying your freaking ass off.
We've had. But I am comfortable if he made this decision with his inner circle with Dr. Jill Biden, with his family, and decided to do it on his own. I really do believe that. And I wasn't comfortable with the notion that people were forcing him out. I wasn't comfortable with the cannibalization that I saw in the Democratic Party.
Sonny, it was about donors. It was about money and support. Once people came out publicly, All the news was against him. All the Democrats in Congress, most of them were against him, and most of the big major players who were important, and the donors especially, were like, hey, we're not giving no more money till y'all get rid of this clown. That was it for him. They abandoned him to save their own skin and their own jobs, because if people don't come out and vote for Sleepy Joe, then guess what? On November 5th, that means that all of these Democrat congressmen and women are all out of a job too. They wanted to save themselves.
I was sad. You know, as I've said here many times, I love Joe Biden, and I'm full of gratitude to Joe Biden today. So, Joe Biden, thank you for everything. Over 54 years of career. So I was sad.
The only thing this man managed to do in 54 years as a politician is lock up a bunch of black folks for low-level drug charges, ruin the economy with the open border, all of these ridiculously high prices, the interest rates, the horrible Afghanistan withdrawal, all of the protests because of this freaking Gaza and Israel situation, Ukraine and Russia, all of these ridiculous energy policies where in a few years you're not even going to be able legally to drive a gas-powered vehicle. This guy is a joke.
I was also mad because he's been dragged relentlessly
Yes.
for 3 weeks by some people who supposedly were his friends. I hope that a lot of those donors that went out and said all sorts of things about him come back with a big check now. George.
Look, they were trying to save Sleepy Joe. Okay, see, here's the thing that these clowns, either they realize and don't care, or they don't realize because they're actually stupid and dumb. But they were trying to save Joe Biden. They were trying to save the Democrats, okay? They're trying to save his legacy because Joe Biden was going to go off a cliff in this election. It was very obvious. He was going off a cliff, and the rest of the Democrats were on the ship. It's like they were just tied to a chair like, no, Joe, no. And he just goes off a cliff. Everybody just, ah!
George Clooney, es contigo.
Yeah.
But I do push back a little on Anna and Sunny's take on the party imploding. There is room for criticism when you're talking about the biggest job in the world. A lot of those people were torn themselves. And a party, it's not a president, it's an entire party. And every election matters down that ballot as well. They were allowed to also speak up for their constituents. So I commend the people that took that risk.
I mean, yeah, it's called being honest and not being a lying shill in a piece of garbage. Why the hell would you just lie because you want a certain person to win because you're afraid of another person? I'm not lying on this channel because I want Trump to win. I'm telling the truth. I tell the truth all the time. If I get something wrong, call me out in the comments. We can hash it out there, and then in the future videos, I'll correct any statements that I make. But these people will lie every day over and over again, and they don't care what people have to say about it. They're not going to make any amendments or corrections unless somebody threatens to sue them. But they're literally mad because people told the truth about Sleepy Joe and how he needed to step down. Ain't nobody afraid of Sleepy Joe. We were the ones, like a lot of people who are on the conservative side or the independent side, the moderate side, whatever, were the ones who were creating these videos to show how Sleepy Joe was and how he was totally out of it. A fossil, okay? 5.5 feet in the grave. We're the ones who pointed that out. Not the fake news. Certainly not the cackling hens on The View who had their freaking head in the sand and didn't want to report on it at all.
But I will say, what jumps out at me is the stark contrast in how Trump handled President Biden stepping down and how President Biden handled after Trump was, there was an attempted assassination. He right away put out unifying messages saying, you know, we're in this together. We need to tone the rhetoric down. Former President Trump jumped on Truth Social and started to berate him, has continued through this morning. He has continued to drag President Biden in a way. Now, in any competition, when someone gets hurt and they step off the field, now they're no longer your competition. They're just someone on the sidelines. That, to me, shows you the difference in what we're dealing with.
Can you, guys, oh my effing God, can you believe that this dummy, it's so hard to show these women respect. It's so hard, man. This dude almost died. He almost lost his life. Donald Trump almost died by like less than an inch, quarter of an inch, fifth of an inch. He almost died. They're trying to compare the decision of Joe Biden to step down to an assassin nearly killing, removing his life from this earth. No more granddaddy Trump, no more daddy Trump, no more husband Trump. Like, no, nothing. No more political candidate. Everything wiped away in an instant. To Joe Biden, who is still here on earth, can still work, can still do whatever the hell he wants to do until his last days. They're trying to compare these two things. These people make me sick.
This election and the type of statesmanship which we haven't seen from Donald Trump ever.
Well, and listen, I think it takes character and integrity to pass the torch to the next generation. Listen, the reality was it was going to be a really big uphill battle for him if he stayed in the race. And I would look no further than the absolute meltdown that's happening on the Trump campaign right now. They don't know what to do with themselves. They planned a whole campaign against Joe Biden, not against a...
Ain't nobody scared of Kamala Harris, man. It's real simple. I mean, yeah, take it seriously. Campaign against her, campaign against the Democrats. It's literally the same people. It was Biden-Harris. It was the same agenda. Are you guys nuts? Like, these people are so dumb. It's the same agenda. Why would people be afraid of Kamala Harris? They acting like the Trump camp. I thought you said you was a conservative, Alyssa. You said you were conservative. What about what about Biden and Kamala is conservative, Alyssa? What about them is conservative? It's the most left-wing lunatics ever. Kamala Harris is from California. They support kids chopping they freaking wee-wee off and getting the freaking boobs cut off if they're a woman. If they're under 18. That's what they support without telling their parents. This is what the leftists support. Out in woke places like California, and you're sitting up here, a conservative on The View, selling your soul for the bag. You should feel ashamed of yourself, Alyssa. Seriously, I hope Alyssa sees this. Somebody send this video to Alyssa. I'm going to at her on X or something, because God, this is ridiculous. It's got to the point of being insufferable. It's like so hard, man. Don't forget, they released a video. The Trump team released a video like literally like 30 minutes after Biden said he was stepping down. Trump team released a video trolling, and I'll leave the link here, like somewhere on the screen. It was hilarious. So what do you mean they don't know what to do? Trump team was ready. MAGA was ready.
I'll be honest, I'm just excited.
I think a lot of people are
I'm
excited.
bored by it. I'm telling you. I'm bored by it. Yeah, I'm bored by it. The messaging that we have put out to people over a certain age is horrific. We have basically said, hey, you know what? We kind of think if you're over a certain age, you don't really have what it takes to do the job that you're doing. That's the messaging.
Whoopi, this dude was falling over and making weird noises, and I'm like, dude, you can't hear a damn thing that he says. Like, freaking Nancy Pelosi's older than Joe Biden, and you can still make out the words. I mean, she crazy as heck too, but you can still understand what she says most of the time. Like, literally, crazy Nancy would be better than Sleepy Joe. Like, something's wrong with this dude. I don't know if it was genetic. I don't know what it was, but his decline, his deterioration was just faster than a lot of people. And for the record, a lot of people don't even make it to his age, 82. A lot of people don't make it to Joe Biden's age. So ain't nothing, Whoopi, just, oh my God, Whoopi. Like, getting old sucks. Okay, it just does. It is what it is. Like, it's nothing nobody can do about it. Getting old sucks, but that doesn't mean we need to just let the old man get behind the wheel and then drive on the wrong side of the freeway and kill a family of 5 people because we didn't want to be mean to the old fart, okay?
I would have preferred my Democrats to do this not publicly and in everybody's face, because what it did was it had a sitting having to talk about this endlessly.
Distinguish between Joy Behar at 81 and President Biden. I've said before that it's not the number, it's how the number looks on the person.
And being a host of The View is different than being the president.
And again, it is saying to people...
She's the only one... It's about time Alyssa made some damn sense, because I'm about tired of Alyssa ass. I ain't gonna lie. But yes, Trump is 78. However, Trump doesn't slur his words. He doesn't misspeak a lot. He doesn't make very many mistakes at all. I watched every Trump rally ever since 2024. At first, I used to miss some of them in like 2023. But in 24, I watched every single Trump rally. And he rarely ever misspeaks at all. Like, he's on point all the time. And same thing for the debate. He was on point during the debate. So it's not just about age. It's about competency along with it. If Joe Biden was 50 and was talking the way he was talking during that debate, people would laugh that fool off the stage. As a matter of fact, people are sympathizing with him because of his age. It's the opposite. They're giving him a pass because of his age, which is exactly what they shouldn't do. They're giving him a pass because they hate Trump, because they have Trump derangement syndrome. That's why you can't trust these people. The Trump derangement is clouding their judgment. Judge Jeanine was right about Whoopi Goldberg. Her Trump derangement is off the charts.
A certain age, because that's what the messaging has been. You're old, you're doddering, it really pissed me off. Not because I'm as close.
Is it not true, Whoopi, or not? Because if it's true, I don't give a damn if it pisses you off, Whoopi. I don't care. We need somebody who's the president who knows what the hell they're doing and is coherent and is sharp, not just you telling me that they are, knowing it's a damn lie. Are you kidding me, man?
Well,
I felt it was disrespectful.
Now I want us to spend the next 3 weeks talking about how old and demented Donald Trump is. I expect the press to ask the same questions about his...
Donald Trump took a cognitive test. Look, all right, that's it. I can't do no more. Donald Trump took the cognitive test, okay? He took cognitive tests. Joe Biden refused to take the cognitive test. Biden's falling over, mumbling, bumbling. He got handlers, freaking Obama taking his wrist and pulling him off the freaking stage. All kinds of ridiculous nonsense that Donald Trump took a bullet and got back up and shoved his fist into the air. Talking about fight, fight, fight. Joe Biden disappeared just to get prepared for a debate that he still effed up. These people are clowns. Like, let's talk about Donald Trump's age. Like, shut up, man. Ain't nothing wrong with Trump. Seriously, there's nothing wrong with Trump. His age is clearly not a problem for him compared to Sleepy Joe. You think if Joe Biden got nicked in his ear by a bullet, that he would just show up to the DNC like the same day? I think it was like 2 days later or something. If Donald Trump showed up, you think Joe Biden would show up? I highly doubt it. This dude disappeared, and we haven't seen him at all since he got the C-19. He disappeared. We haven't seen him at all, even to step down from his position. One of the biggest things that you could possibly do, step down from running as an incumbent president, and we haven't even seen this man. These people are completely nuts. They're bonkers. There's no brains in there. They're propagandists. They don't have souls. They're a joke. And nobody should have even an iota of respect for them. The only thing that these women are good for is getting me views on this channel. That's it. That's all they're good for. And that's because we love laughing at them, talking crap about them, and disrespecting them because they're disrespecting our intelligence. Don't be mad because I'm disrespecting you if you're disrespecting me and my intelligence and millions of people watching you's intelligence each and every single day. I can't even think straight. Like, just looking at them, I can't even think straight no more. But let me know what you guys think about what you saw in this video. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate you watching the Black Anomaly Rising channel. I'm out.
Mr. President, for months when you were asked about your age, you would respond with the words, watch me. Many American people have been watching, and they have expressed concerns about your age.
That is your judgment. That is your judgment.